So, good morning, everyone. On behalf of Cochlear Education Society, Sir Dr. M.S. Gosavi College of Pharmaceutical Education and Research, I would like to welcome all the delegates for one-day webinar. So, one-day national webinar on revolutionizing learning, the role of AI in education, by Department of Pharmaceutics under the aegis of Internal Quality Assurance Cell IQAC of our college. So I would like to introduce about our society. So Gokuli Education Society was established on 19 February 1918 by T.A. Kulkarni, who was a great social worker on the occasion of third death anniversary of Namdar Gopal Krishna Gokhale, a spiritual guru of Mahatma Gandhi. The society has completed 106 years of meaningful existence and today has more than 140 units spread over three zones of Mumbai, Nasik, Thane and Palghar, serving over 1.25 lakh students. Previously, Gokhale Education Society was led by late S.B. Pandit, President, a great visionary and eminent personality, and late Sir Dr. M.S. Gosavi Sir, Secretary and Director General, who rendered invaluable experience of 65 years in the field of education. At present, Dr. Mrs. D.P. Deshpande Madam, Secretary, she is playing crucial role in overall progression of the Gokhale Education Society. About our college, the college has been founded in 2012. Presently, college offers M.Pharm Pharmaceutics, M.Pharm Quality Assurance program with intake of 15 seats, B.Pharm program permanently affiliated to Savitribai Phule Pune University with intake of 100 seats, and D.Pharm program affiliated to MSBTE Mumbai with intake of 60 seats. College is accredited by NAC for 5 years. The college has state-of-art infrastructure and has a lush green surrounding which provides favorable milieu for students to grow not only as a good pharmacist but as a world-class citizen. College has an experienced and qualified staff with academic excellence. College maintains a tradition of good academic results and organizes various activities including conferences, seminars for students, faculty development and student faculty development programs, workshops for overall development of students and faculty to bridge the gap between academia and industry. So today, for this webinar on revolutionizing learning, the role of AI in education, we have three speakers. For session one, we have Dr. Debarshi Mahapatra sir, who is an associate professor, Chitkara College of Pharmacy, Chitkara University, Punjab, who will be delivering his expertise on grabbing fellowships, conducting academic research, and startup perspectives for UG and PG pharmacy students. For second session, we will be having Dr. Prashant Argade, who is a senior lecturer, Pharmacy Department, Government Polytechnic, Jalgaon, Maharashtra. We will be delivering on topic AI in action for pharmacy education, practical tools for smarter teaching and OBE, that is outcome based education. For session 3, we have Mr. Shaunak Kulkarni, who is an alumni of our college and he is presently an assistant professor in our college in Department of Pharmaceutics. He will be delivering on topic use of artificial intelligence in today's teaching learning system. So for today's webinar, for the first session, we have Dr. Debarshi Mahapatra. So it's a pleasure to introduce him. Sir has done his bachelor's and master degree in pharmacy from Guru Ghasidas Vishwavidyalay, Bilaspur. He has done his PhD from Dr. Hari Singh Gaur Vishwavidyalay, Sagar, Madhya Pradesh. His area of interest include computer-aided drug design, synthesis of low molecular weight ligands targeting biological relevant proteins, formulation and development, and exploration of natural bioactives. His work experience include 10 years of academic research and 5 years of active mentoring. He has 2 years experience in administrative roles. He is an associate professor at Chitkara College of Pharmacy, Chitkara University, Rajpura, Punjab. He is a director at Suktas Organic and Life Sciences Private Limited, Palghar, Maharashtra. Sir's academic and research contribution include 30 books that includes textbooks, handbooks, and reference volumes in the field of pharmaceutical chemistry, pharmacology, and pharmaceutics. Sir has authored more than 100 research articles indexed in Scopus, contributed over 75 book chapters to globally reputed publishers such as Elsevier, Wiley, Taylor and Francis, Bentham, Springer, and Moran. His edited volume entitled Nutraceutical Drug Delivery Promising Strategies for Overcoming Delivery Challenges was recognized among the top 100 pharmacy books by Dudy's Core Titles 2024. Affiliated with over 100 international journals and reviewed more than 1,000 manuscripts. He currently holds the position of editor-in-chief of esteemed journal Drug Delivery and actively contributes in editorial roles such as associate editor, assistant editor, section editor, academic editor, and editorial board members across multiple renowned journals. Sir has been granted 3 Indian patents for his innovation in low molecular weight ligands. His special achievements include 35 prestigious awards from esteemed scientific and professional organizations, listed among top 2 scientists worldwide for 5 consecutive years, that is 2020 to 2024, as per a global database published by Stanford University, USA. In 2016, he was honored with Young Investigator Award by Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, USA. His edited volume titled Nutraceutical Drug Delivery Promising Strategies for Overcoming Delivery Challenges was recognized among top 100 pharmacy books by Dody's Core Titles 2024. So I welcome you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
So I would like you to start with the session, sir.
Yeah, sure, sure. So, hello everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, sure. So, today uh, we will be discussing more on how to grab some fellowships and conducting the academic research and the starter perspectives for both undergraduate and postgraduate pharmacy students. So, I've already have been introduced in the most, I can say, courageous way. So, I don't need my introduction more. I just starting with the topic, and we will be seeing that during this global era of pharmacy, since we are already known as the pharmacy of the world. So we are into more and more production, into analysis, into research, into all aspects in the pharmaceutical sciences. So our intellectual property has been considered as one of the best among the world. And this is the only reason that our students, the I can say the manpower, I can say the force pool must be enriched over the time. So therefore, you can see that both the undergraduate, postgraduate, as well as the doctoral students must be having that ability to perform well in this field as to ensure that the quality aspects and quality components of the pharmacy must be retained. And that is the only reason today the only path to get one of the greatest success includes getting a fellowship, then conducting research, and the development of a new product, as well as the translation of the product into the market. So this is what this is pretty much important. Now, I'll be talking about two different type of research. One is the undergraduate research, and another will be a postgraduate research. Okay. So, what is the undergraduate research basically? So, you can see that there it should be a collaborative enterprise, okay, between a faculty member and a student, where there will be one serving as a mentor and one who is working as a scholar. So here you can find that this is the stepping stone for each and every student. That during the undergraduate, he'll be coming across so many modules, so many subjects, so many trainings, so many phases that he will be uh, made into different kinds of step-based learning. So here you can see that it should be of four critical interests, I can say. So first of all, he should identify that which of the discipline he want to work. Secondly, what is the problems, or I can say the research gap is actually existing. He should find, and therefore it's very important. Third, I can say that how we should know that how to actually carry out a project, because nowadays you can see it is pretty much important that the projects must be carried out in the most honest way, with managing funds, with the administration part of the project, with the outcomes reports, and everything must be communicated in the best way. So, and the finally, whatever the discoveries are there, whatever he has found something new with the help of the mentors, with the help of the team, that must be communicated to the whole world through its publication, through the programs, through the training modules, through many other things. So here, the main motto will be to learn the disciplinary practices. Okay, so undergraduate research is more about the teaching the disciplinary practice. Okay, it's more than rather than an innovation or the product development or many other things. It will must teach the basic fundamentals, that how research to be conducted and how the disciplines is to be maintained. This is the most key thing for the learning. Now you can see the second part will be the engaged learning, because teamwork, the learning for working in a team, it's the most important part that one individual can learn during the undergraduate. And this will be most helpful when he or she will become a group leader, managing so many people, assigning so many tasks, and decentralizing all the activities. So this will be the learning part. And the third can be the undergraduate takes can it can take many other forms. It can be more polished, it can be more streamlined with the help of mentors, so that the postgraduate research can be performed in the upcoming years. So now you can see that how the postgraduate research is quite different from the undergraduate research. Now you can see that the postgraduate research is completely an original research. Okay, here the fundamentals of the publications, here the fundamentals of the concepts, these your knowledge as well as understanding. These are the key adjectives. These are the key roles. These are the key responsibilities that a scholar must have. Okay, so I can say that it must be original. It is a very systematic process where it will be a rigorous discipline methodology is being imposed, where it has to be conducted in the most honest way. Okay. Third, you can see that it requires a highly specialized activity. You can see a lot of, I can see instrumentations. I can see many type of modules, many type of challenges. It has to be done using the specific specialized activities, such as you can have to go on the biotechnology field, you have to go with the pharmaceuticals, you have to go with the synthesis, you have to go with the formulation, you have to go with a number of things. Okay, so all modules are need to be justified. So research has no boundaries. This is the only way that you can see that the student will be first of all exposed that there is no research boundaries as such. Okay, so which is pretty much important. Now I can say that the fourth part that is very important is it is evaluated by peers. What do you understand by the peers? That your thesis or the dissertation will be not just be graded, it will be scrutinized, and it will be, and you need to defend in front of a panel comprising of all learned professors with all person. So this is what the postgraduate research is. Okay, so there is the difference between undergraduate and the postgraduate. So this will prepare you for your doctoral journey. Nowadays you can see that the undergraduate is also involved in research. So it is my expectation that they must learn about two different things in the undergraduate, that how to carry out a project, how to justify their work. Second, in the postgraduate, I would love to say only two things: that you have to go in the research without any boundaries. Secondly, it should be very, very original and must be presented in forms of a thesis or in form of any dissertation or any file, any reports. Secondly, it has to be defended pretty well. So it is very clear to the students that you need to have both the roles to be performed. This is pretty much important. Now, let's analyze the current situation, or I can say the problems that are existing. So, why for so many long years institutes are running, but the productivity, or I can say the productive nature, is we haven't achieved the yet that what our neighbors or the other countries have achieved. Now you can see this is one of the modern undergraduate scenario. What I have seen that you can see after going from home, a student whenever he reaches a college, he has a lot of things. Okay, it starts from its course, its learning, its practical. You have to gain the knowledge. You have to go for the outcomes. You have to go for submissions and lot of other things. Now you can see the student and parent have only one expectations, and that is for the job. Okay, which is pretty much clear. University has a different kind of setup which more complies with the UGC guidelines, with the Pharmacy Council guidelines, that regarding for the submission and regarding with the compliance with the syllabus and many other things. Okay, and if you talk about the teacher's expectation, he will be expecting from the knowledge. He will think of any outcome for the publications. So everybody is running in the independent scenario, I can say. So in the whole thing, everybody is moving independent. Parents, I can say the students, the teachers, the university, and the whatever the course. So therefore, this is the best representation where you can see that in the part you can see the left, extreme left, you can see that there is a submission. The university, it has only been restricted to shelves. Okay, if it will be there in the library, it will the knowledge will be restricted to only the shelves of that library. So now if you talk about the teacher's expectation, so it is I can say I have shown as a non-productive step, because sometimes on the majority of the time the knowledge which he want to transfer to the student, sometimes it's not being I can say uh, being I will not say that the student don't grab or the student don't follow, but that is not going to the ultimate destination, and that is a productive outcome. So here you can see that there is no positive outcomes when it comes to the community, and that's what the national education policy, or I can say the new education policy for that was implemented in the year 2020, was this sort of requirement. So that remained one of the most I can say fair reason that why we require that policy for the development of our interest. Our interest will be that whatever the knowledge will be there, that knowledge must be flow, must not be restricted only through only one shelf, and something better product or service can be provided to the community. So now you can see that there is a comparison between India and China is regarding the promotion of the undergraduate research. Now you can see that the Deccan Herald, you know that is one of the best newspapers, that we are already provided one article that yeah, India is failing as compared to China. Yeah, and this is a real fact, because most of the Indian graduates I've highlighted. Okay, you can see that red dash. You just read each and every word. That most Indian students graduate without producing any piece of original thought, innovation, research, or even a dissertation. So here, this is what the present scenario is, and we need to have a quite different change so as to ensure that we should compete globally. We should have our own reputation. So with reputation comes projects, with project comes new innovations, with new innovation comes publications, and with publication it comes your again your reputation. So these cycle must be conserved, and this knowledge must be flowed. Now you can see, I'm giving an example between India and China. Okay, in India, if I talk about government funded projects, okay, so if there are only 10 candidates in India, okay, in China, it will be at least 20 times. So there will be 200 candidates. Okay, so here in India, 10 candidates are getting government funded projects, and in China, they're getting 200 per, I can say, person who are getting the government funded projects. So if I can talk about the success of the project in terms of translational research, in terms of product or a service to the community. Only I'm taking about 10%. So 10% of 10 is only 1, whereas in China, 10% of 200 is, I can say it's 20. So a ratio of 1 is to 20 is always there. So if we have only one product developed, they will have 20 more products developed. So this is what the actual scenario is. And these countries, Western world and every world is why is far ahead from India. And this is the only reason that we are only getting the fellowships and the scholarships. We are not utilizing for the purpose. And only I can say 10% of the projects, actual projects, they come into the serving the society. And this is what the need for a culture, a system where more and more students will be promoted for the translational research, evidence-based medicines, evidence-based works, as well as development of the product. So this is what I can summarize from the analysis between India and China. Now you can see that there's an analysis of the new education policy, and I'm more concerned with the undergraduate. Okay, because just as you know that just as you grow a crop, okay, a crop is being grown in a field. This starts from the it's a nascent seed. So these seeds that have come from the first semester in the Bachelor of Pharmacy, this has to be protected. They have to be provided with the best, I can say, soil, with the minerals, with fertilizers, with everything, so that the tree will become very robust for the upcoming challenges. And that is the only reason you can see that there are many important news media platforms such as Financial Express, Telegram India, Economic and Political Weekly, Economic Times, and the Times of India. Many of you, I know you read all among, I can say among all these five, among you read two or three newspapers every day. They are raising the concern that what why we need the new education policy, that whether it will open the opportunities for the research, is whether it will go for the holistic learning, will go for the employment with a research based career, as well as for the multidisciplinary holistic education. So these are the gaps that have been existing between academic knowledge and the practical experience have now been covered using the new education policy introduced by Government of India. So these have to be complied from the undergraduate system itself, so that in the long run I can say that 4 years of undergraduate, 2 years of masters, and 3 years of PhD, that I can cumulatively say a 10 year of study means after learning for 1 decade, the person will be very much productive in the next decade. So this is what the need for the policies. So now we can talk about why this new education policy, because this is what I need to sensitize the students, because now you need to think out of the box. You need to think that, yeah, what type of services I can provide with the community nowadays. To the person who are teachers and mentors, you have already witnessed that majority of the projects, that whatever you are submitting, here there is a one column that how it will be beneficial for the society. So now the education must not be restricted to a profession. It must be indulged with the society, that how our education and our skills can help in the benefit and the upliftment of the society. And this is what the new education policy 2020 is more concerned. So here you can see that earlier it was only about the passing of exam and more about memorization. Okay, so now it has completely been changed into critical learning and thinking. So it need to build the curiosity, its deep learning innovations, and many other things are need to be inculcated in the curriculum, as to make the undergraduate students more sensitized with the upcoming and the current challenges. Now you can another see that there is a creation of a culture. Now, to be very honest, now you are seeing in majority of the social media that there are hackathons, there are ideathons, there are a lot of programs that have been done under Viksit Bharat. What is actually the need for the students? So students, you are supposed to have your ability, your skills, and every other, I can say, your talent must be showcased internationally, nationally, locally, at each and every available platforms. So that now I can see that I'm thousand kilometers away from you, but I have joined through I can say online. Okay, it's a technology. So there you can use technology. You can collaborate. You can work. You can share your new ideas with your products and processes. And nowadays, the most important part lies in three important things. That is the new outcomes, publications, and the patents. So which will be useful for our national innovation and the built up for the upcoming years till 2047 till we become a very developed India. So now I will be talking about a modern workforce because this is the youngest one, and you need to understand that how what is the benefit of having the young Gen Zs, because earlier only the graduates they lack the problem solving abilities. Now Gen Zs are quite smart; they have that ability. They must be they must be provided that environment, I can say, that umbrella. We need to provide, the mentors need to provide the umbrella, the right path and the direction, because majority of the technology they know, the Gen Z's know, is much way ahead than whatever we had experienced during our undergraduates or postgraduates. So this is one of the positive sign which I will see. Next, I will talk about the foundation for the higher research. So, majority, so this comes our pathway for the grabbing of the fellowship. Okay, why we require a fellowship? Because in the subsequent studies, that we need to have a research exposure. Earlier, what the students they choose for PG degree without any research exposure, and therefore the quality of the work become quite compromised. Now you can see that there are fellowships being available from the undergraduate to the, I can say, postdoctoral. So to be honest, government has now changed a lot of traditional things into a lot of, I can say, modernization, so as to become a global university, as to make the students pursue the research career, and also to go for a building up of an ecosystem where anyone can share their idea, can meet people of like-minded people, I can say, rather, and they can have their own I can say startups or entrepreneurship, or a better journey, and to serve and cater the society. So this is what the new education policy is up to, because majority of the students they find it very difficult. Even the faculties they find it quite difficult and quite different. That how the NEP 2020 is, whether it's very useful, whether it's not useful. Now you have recently seen the syllabus of the pharmacy being I can say translated, or I can say being transformed in a much better and more I can say practical and problem solving approach, with all new ideas, new subjects, new thinking. Okay, so these must be enriched over the time, and this is what we need to comply. We need to follow. We need to run, I can say, rather than not walking in the path, rather than we need to run along with the modernization that is being I can say offering to the mankind over the time. So now at the last, I will talk about there will be integrating of the one nation and one education vision, where there will be research projects that will require the multiple knowledge of various fields, such as I can say biology, pharmacy, chemistry, a lot of things. So now there are possibility of having thesis from, as I can say, in the final year also, that you need to have honors degree, you need to have a credit-based system, there will be integral learning, there will be research boundaries are to be abolished. So this is what we can build a good ecosystem under that, where only it is not being restricted that a pharmacy person should be working in pharmacy and not be indulged in any other, or any life science person will not be involved in only in his own subject. He should go in a multidisciplinary approach, an interdisciplinary approach, where it will foster a holistic thinking. So this is what the boundaries are to be abolished. Now I can say this is known as the outcome. Basically, this is the part. This will help in empowering those faculties and revitalizing the universities. Now you can see that majority of the students are taking now interest with many ways, such as we can say that the teaching, learning, and then we can say digital classrooms, research incentives for the teachers, for the students as well. So as well as some, I can say, incubation centers, idea centers from AICT, from DST, from lot of bodies they are now setting up. So this is something where I can say learning beyond a single book. Okay, this will definitely empower students, will provide more flexibility to the curriculum, as well as it will empower faculties to actually solve the real world problems which we actually require for catering the overall mankind. So now, what actually the accreditation is wants. So you can see that there was a circular in 19th March 2024 that is the implementation of 10.9 policy. Now here you can see that's the 9, which was the criteria earlier. It was the criteria 3 for the research. Now it has become the criteria 9. So it's become research and innovation outcome. You can see that the university, autonomous institution, and the affiliated institution. So since you have been this institute, that Dr. M.S. Gosavi Institute, this institute is it will fall under the affiliated institute. So definitely you need to have external research grants, you need to have research publications, you need to have one more important part which is not being shown, but I will say rather this is the key, or I can say this is the stepping stone and the foundation, as well as we can say the neve of a building. Okay, एक किसी घर का नींव. It's just like the research fellowships. Without money, without any support, no research or any publications are possible. So you can also see there are two important parts, that is the research collaboration, and the second part will be the number of student startups. So these are the points that are the upcoming challenges that will be for the students, for the institution, for the teachers, for everyone. Because see, we are actually staying in a single ecosystem. We are not far apart. Okay, university is simply a building. Who makes it vibrant? It makes the teacher and the students. So teachers, they require the students for their growth. Definitely students, they want to learn from the teachers itself, and which is one of the important part of this curriculum. And therefore this ecosystem has to be built in the most robust way, so that everybody will have a win-win situation. Okay, students will get a fellowship, teachers will get a publication, institutions will get a reputation, and the bodies who are disbursing research grants will be happy that there are the innovations are up to the mark standards, as to make India one of the vibrant and the globally most reputed nation. Okay, so here I will be talking more about the research grants, research fellowships, then we'll talk about the publication, collaboration, and last will be the student startup. So here, same with the NBA, you can see that similar kind of thing regarding the activities, product development. You can see the consultancy projects, you can see sponsor research projects. So everywhere you can see the academic publications in terms of research, in terms of book chapters, in terms of books, everything has to be counted. So therefore, accreditation which builds up the quality, okay, it needs to be catered only through the betterment and upliftment. So research, publications, accreditation, university quality, its reputation, then overall building of the nation. So everything is being related. So now I will be talking about the fellowships and the scholarships. This is the part one of my talk. Okay, I always say our, because this is not I'm only delivering. This is an active session where I want that everybody should interact and must make this session more and more interesting. So, why we need fellowship basically? See, the major thing is your time. Okay, you need to utilize the time. Okay, So research usually needs time, material, and access. Okay. So this is the most important part. It requires material such as any softwares, any chemicals, anything. Okay, you need to have travel grants, you need to go with the fields, you need to present your work. Okay. So you need to have your household expenses to be covered. That is also an important part. That I will not say.
Sir, you can continue your session.
Okay, sure, sure. Thank you.
Sir,
Yeah, hello.
yeah, sir, can you please share your screen?
Yeah, sure, sure, sure. Hmm. Yeah, now
Okay, so
it's
your
yeah,
screen is visible.
yeah, yeah. Sure. Thank you. Hello. Yeah. So I was discussing that why we require a fellowship. So you can see that everywhere we require for the material, that is your chemicals, to your software access to many things. You need to present your work to conferences. You need to go for field visit. You need to go for any travels. So everywhere we require money, including your livelihood. Okay, that you need to have your rents. You need to eat. You need to go for all the things. So that's not bad, because majority of the I can say mentors, they already think for spending more and more fellowships for the materials as well as taxes. But to be very honest, uh, these livelihood part is also one of the most important for the livelihood of the researchers. So here there are a lot of funding agencies are there who are providing for the grants, some fellowships, and as well as the scholarships, so that the students can work. They can have. There are for government. There are a lot of national interest. These national interests are nothing but some of the key areas, or I can say the hot topics, which the government feel that the researchers must work. So, and they provide a call where the interested people can definitely come and can serve those national interests. And that is the only reason that we are having a lot of agencies who are providing with us with the fellowships. And every year there is a call for the fellowship or the scholarships. Now, I will be telling you a very real life story, that this is one of the experiences. You can see there is a boy in the first, I can say, pamphlet. You can see in the left and the right. He's the boy's name is Angad. He was one of the student when I was pursuing my PhD. So he was a very active person, and I can say, but he was not very financially strong. So for the postgraduate scholarships, actually he qualified GPAT, but he was more interested in getting a scholarship. So I recommended that there is a Reliance Foundation postgraduate scholarship is everywhere, so you must apply. So for your own betterment, because I felt that it's not a cup of tea for everyone to get a GPAT based fellowship or any fellowships. And to excel the research, I can say at the postgraduate level, the amount that is being offered through the GPAT fellowship is not, I can say, it's not up to the mark. Okay, so and that is the only reason that I told him to go for a fellowship. And you can see that I'd given a recommendation letter to the committee, to the Reliance Foundation Postgraduate Scholarship Committee. So that was dated in the 2024 in the month of the October. So at that time, the call was in the November. So earlier, so this year, just save the date, freeze the date that you need to apply for the 4th of October. So before 4th of October, make sure that all your essential documents, including your performance that is in the 10, 12 to everywhere, including your transcripts, including your, I can say, a recommendation letter. So students, choose your mentors very wisely and choose your projects very wisely. So you need to write and you need to provide the most important thing that the committee should feel, because the number of fellowships they will be offering is only 100. Okay, and I can. It's not about that only 100 Indians are only providing. Sorry, are enjoying the fellowships. There are many people who are staying abroad, NRIs are there. They are also applying for this fellowship. So the overall competition is, I can say, it's quite heavy, and that is the only reason I can tell you that now it's 18th of September. You still have at least 2 weeks time to have the opportunity to get this fellowship. scholarship for the postgraduate studies. So here, this is the magic what I say, that after this recommendation letter that I've already given from the last institution, I've already highlighted the paper and just pixelated the things, because that is for the official things, so that not to disclose. So the magic happened that he was selected for the 2022-2025 session, for the candidate selection letter that you can see in the right. And the students' overall thing have completely changed, because he was not very financially very strong. Now he'll be getting 6 lakhs rupees scholarship. So 6 lakh rupees is a huge amount for, I can say, a person who is pursuing a postgraduate studies, or I can rather say that after the campus selection, or I can say the placements, they are not offering 6 lakhs rupees. I don't know. There might be some of the good institutions might be providing 6 lakhs per annum, but here they are getting a scholarship along with a degree. Okay, he will be getting a postgraduate degree. He will be getting 6 lakhs rupees additionally. He can conduct his work of his choice. So a lot of freedom. So that's what the power of fellowships. That's what I want to convey to the student, that yes, you can have that ability. Just like Hanumanji already had that power, but he was not recognized with that. Yacha, I am having that power. I can do this. I can do that. So you need to explore yourself. That yes, I have that ability. I can do. Okay. So this is the motivation you require. So you need to. So by choose your mentor, follow the mentor, try to be active, try to know about fellowships, what are the agencies, and devote your time in applying those fellowships. So now I can see that I recommend you take a screenshot of some of the undergraduate researchers. Okay, those who can enjoy some of the fellowships from this KVP, Inspire, ICER, INSA, CSIR, and IITs. We have heard from the JNCSR, DRDO, that you already know very well. Okay, then TIFR, Tata Institute of Fundamental Research, they used to give AIMS, NCBS, ISC, and Spark. So these are the training, I can say, research fellowships that are being provided over the years, and every year it has been provided, which covers a stipend, free accommodation, free travel, I can say internship opportunities. I can say working under a very learned faculty. Even I can say the travel worldwide. Okay, so there are a lot of other opportunities that a student will get from these fellowships. So I can rather say that you should take a screenshot of it, or if you wish, I will provide you with this table later. Okay, after this session. So now you know that there are scholarships specifically for the women researcher. As you know, nowadays there are specific scheme for the women itself. It's not like that only men, or I can say a generalized fellowship is there. So the women can also enjoy a lot of fellowships based on, you know, that earlier there was a sub power which was only for the women, number one. Just like, you know, that the Honorable Prime Minister of this country, he proudly says that Nari Shakti, and everyone can see from 26 January to each and every event. So you'll see the participation of ladies and the women have enhanced as compared to the last 5 years. And this is what the government also tries to indulge the woman into science, that is STEM. So this is what you can see, that a lot of fellowships are already being given from both government and from private agencies. Now you know about L'Oreal India. L'Oreal, every woman know about L'Oreal. Okay, so the cosmetic brand. So private scholarships, Yeah, hello. Yeah, so this is what the Nari Shakti. Okay, here you can see a lot of fellowships. So here, what is the most important part I want to tell you, that your projects must be aligned with the interest of those agencies. For example, in the L'Oreal, they always want cosmeceutical products. They always want cosmetics. They always want a product with better excipients. They want something innovation in the cosmetics only. If you want to give a medchem project, it will not work. So, and that is the thing I just want to convey to students, that these agencies have some certain interest, and those interests are need to be served, okay, pretty well. So make sure that you have your projects being aligned with the interest of the agencies. So here you can also see that from Lilavati institution, KC Mahindra institution, okay, Lady Tata Memorial, then we have Google Women Fellowships, then we have many other. So these all will provide you with your stipend for your contingency amount, for your networking opportunities, working under great supervisors. So it will include your full tuition waiver here. It will give you cash prize, travel, everything. So whatever things are to be covered, everything will be there. So now, what are the things I can say, the scholarships after your graduation? This is for the postgraduate specifically. So now the postgraduate students can have the privilege of getting some of the fellowships under, I can say, a lot of agencies. They are actually providing a call just from January to majority with the October. So make sure that you have the whole calendar. Each and every agency provides a calendar, just like you had DST, DBT, SERB, they have a different calendar. Okay, many others have many other calendars. So make sure that you follow the calendar, stick that calendar at your workplace. Make sure that whatever the calls will be there, so you must get benefited. Okay. So now CSIR, UGC, ICMR, DST, DBT, AICT, then Prime Minister Research Fellowship, then ICAR. A lot of fellowships are already there, from SERV to, I can say, Women's Scheme to Raman Charpak, that is for basically for the PhD and the postdoc. So Vishweshwarya PhD scheme is also there. National Doctoral Fellowship is also there. CSIR is also there. CSIR providing RA Research Associateship is also there. So there are a lot of opportunities where you will get a grant from 40,000 to 55,000 per month to, I can say, there will be travel, there will be a stipend, there will be contingency, there will be housing allowance, there will be many other things, these things to be covered. So make sure that you must apply with a very brilliant project that is required through for that is required for the society, and you can determine from the research gaps from the literature itself. Okay, so try to have your literature survey being conducted in a most, I can say, rigorous way. Okay, so this is pretty important. So otherwise you will not be able to identify those research gaps, or you will not able to formulate the research hypothesis pretty well. So now for women also, there are specific after the graduation. Okay, there are DST Women Scientist Scheme also, DBT, Sir Power is also there. There is a scholarship and there is a fellowship. Okay, there's a difference between the power. So there's a fellowship, there's a scholarship. So you need to know about those part. There are from UGC, ICMR, AICT, Inspire, and then Tata Innovation Fellowship. So TIF is also being available as a non-government agency also. So therefore, there are certain criterias. So for women, there are career break is there. Okay, there should not be more than 5 years of career break. Some of the agencies, they want if the woman is unemployed, then she should apply. It should be always below the age of 55. Somewhere it is 57 also, somewhere based on category. Okay, they have relaxation of 3 year also. Okay, some of them encourage that the PhD degree must be awarded. Somewhere they want that they should have a brilliant academic activity. Some of them, they just want that if there is a career break, there is no issue. Let have the career break of 7 year, 8 year, doesn't matter. So you need to know about all those agencies who are being providing it. So every agency will be having a different policy. So make sure you go to the website, Okay, you must take the screenshot of each and every, okay, slides, I can say, regarding which I am telling about the fellowship specifically. Now, how to apply for the fellowship? Okay, this is most important. I'm giving you an example of the Prime Minister Research Fellowship. Just you, as you make a social media account, just like you need to create an account, you need to have your research project to be very well defined. It must have an abstract, whatever the problems you want to highlight, whatever the research gaps are there, which is the topic which is of national priority. For example, cancer is a national priority, and if you are talking about lip balm, okay, lip balm is not at all a national priority. Okay, so majority Alzheimer's, your cancer, with diabetes. So whatever the things where there is a sustainable, or I can say there is a continuous drug discovery, or I can say innovation is required. So those areas are much highlighted, rather than those areas where it is restricted to some mechanistic or some simple formulations, they will be rejected. So therefore, you need to have a statement of purpose, that why we are doing it, why you want to do it, and how better you can align with the national interest. These things need to be very, very answered, along with one point which I am telling you 100 times, that how your work will be most beneficial for the society, how any section of the society can be uplifted, or how the majority sections will be benefited from your work. So you need to have your introduction, objective, methodology, expert outcome, and references. These are the five important proposal criterias whenever you want. So make sure that you comply with the format. Okay, this is very important, because in each and every box you will have only the privilege of writing 500 to 1000 words. They don't want big things to write. Okay, along with curriculum vitae of the your CV of your mentor, as well as a referee detail. Now, if you talk about referee, who are the referees? Okay, referees will include person who knows you very well. It should have, the person should be in a very important position. Okay, it's not like you want to put name of your brother who is simply pursuing any course. Okay, no, a person who is having a big stature in the field, he knows you very well. Those person are of utmost importance when there is a referee is concerned. Okay, now there are opportunities abroad also. So think for the opportunity abroad, because Fulbright Fellowship to Chevening Fellowship, Commonwealth, Rhodes, Gates, DAD, that is from the Germany, to your Erasmus. Erasmus, you know that this is one of the most famous European Union. Then you have Venier. Then we have Australian, Swiss. Next is for the Japan. Okay, Easter Fellowship is also there for the Singapore, and Mary, that is basically being conducted through the Poland, and it's for the European fellowships. So make sure that you can apply in all the field, because what I told you is, now in research there is no boundary. No, although I have mentioned that, okay, from which is the area, but this is the core. If you're a science student, pharma is a science. Okay, pharma comes under chemical sciences. It's a science. STEM. Okay, even the interdisciplinary research of the life sciences, as well as many others. So therefore, pharma, the person of pharma must always be motivated that I can indulge in any field. I know chemistry, I know biology, I know every subjects that I have learned in the B Pharm and the masters, and that is the only reason I can tell you that you must apply irrespective of the subjects. They're also from the France, to us from Italy, and there are many others from US, and many other developing countries. They're also providing the fellowships. So just I will provide you with this table, so that you can have this chart available to your work desk, and so that you can apply whenever there is a I can say summer, fall, autumn sessions. Okay, in abroad we don't have odd even semester. They call it fall, autumn, and summer. So now, another time, this is for the women, exclusively for the women. Okay, it's from the America, from I can say Canada, PU from Canada specifically, from US, from L'Oreal, that already OSW is from. It's basically the combination of OSW and TUAS from Italy. So You can see that Dorothy is from the UK, then Horizon, there is nothing. Horizon 2020 is actually the project for the disbursements of the new fellowships and the scholarships from the European Union. That it include all the Marie Curie projects as well as many other. Zonta, that is universally been recognized. FinCat from the Canada, then from the MMEGs from the Canada, France, and USA. And there are many others, such as from the UNESCO, from I can say for any STEM, and for I can say Ignite Fellowship, that is also, but it is more restricted to startups basically. Ignite Fellowship just igniting for the entrepreneurs that they want for that. And if you have done any work and you want to translate that work, this is one of the best international fellowships, I can say. So you have a lot of great opportunities abroad. You can go for the clinical pharmacist, you can go the hospital pharmacist, and district pharmacist and research scientist positions, along with RA specialist. Pharmacovigilance is one of the areas that you know very well, and regulatory as well as the entrepreneurship. So opportunities are existing everywhere. Okay, there are certain things that you need to first of all comply with the law of that country. You have to give an examination just to prove that you have that ability, you have that mettle to prove yourself. You have a PhD degree in certain cases. I will not say everywhere, because somewhere PharmD, PharmD, post bachelorate, MPharm, and somewhere they require MS degrees also. So you need to simply apply, have your visas, you need to clear the exams, you need to have a license, then you too need to have a setup, then you need to have I can say caution money, or I can say security monies to be there. Then you can have a project, you can have a consultancy, you can have your own firm, you can work in any kind of I can say organization, and you can have a very vibrant career. So there is the part two. We'll talk about undergraduate research. Okay. So now majority of you have a problem that how the small research works can be performed. Okay. So this is what the issue comes. Okay. That how we can do a small research works, because everything has to be published. Your time is very limited, and another majority of the thing is how much resources will be available and how the funding is to be there, because you are not doing any job at present. You are not having any fellowships. You are not having any source of money. How the things have to be performed. There are a lot of undergraduate research area of interest. So you can see that you can work on herbs, you can work on many others areas. You can say traditional medicine, you can go with the green synthesis, computation is one of the part, nutraceuticals, probiotics, then you can go with the screening, then you can go with the packaging technologies, you can work with anywhere. So don't think that we need to create a new drug, we need to create or something. There are simple ways to go. Okay, there are simple ways to go ahead. So this is the only part I can say. It's pretty much important that you to know that there are ways to perform a research. There are ways that only you need not to go to lab and do a research. You can have the possibility of KAP study, that is knowledge aptitude and perspective studies, that you can conduct. You can have in silico softwares. There are a lot of freewares and free tools available. As you know that there are AIML, there are a lot of free modules available. So you can do a lot. Okay, in at undergraduate level. Why I'm talking about undergraduates? Because nowadays it is pretty much important. Okay, now it's pretty much important that the undergraduates must be sensitized, so that it can go to for the postgraduate, they can do their research well. And even I can say that the undergraduates can directly go for a PhD under the policy also. This is one of the most important thing I can tell you. Okay, if you have a 15 years of continuous study with a good CGPA, you can directly jump to PhD, skipping the master's degree also. How much it is applicable, time will tell for pharmacy. It is already available abroad. There are some of the courses which are now introducing this. we need to understand, we need to know that how much things will be fruitful in the overtime. Okay. Now you can see this is the student. These are the two student who is sitting, simply sitting and thinking that how I can do the work. Okay, and there is another who is going to lab, who is thinking in a very positive direction because he has done planning, he has good understanding, he know how where to improve in himself, what is the motivation, how he can go for alternatives is not getting something which is very much required, and how he can collaborate because he is thinking that what is not reported, what is how I can use minimum resources, how I can publish, and how I get a recognition. So these are the positive ways you can transform yourself to for any project. Okay, don't think that your projects will be I can say will whether it will be successful or whether it not be successful, that doesn't matter. Okay, it will be like that you should give the efforts and your efforts will be acknowledged. Okay, you will learn something. This is what you need to have. Otherwise, if you are getting a result, it will 100% be published, you will get a recognition. I can give you some of the ways that how to choose, how to resume, achieve, search, doing the impact, and what will be the future directions. Okay, now what to choose, just given you an example of the plants phytoconstituents because bioactive products, this is one of my interest. So therefore one of my student, this is a real life thing that he told, sir extract ले या सिग्मा से मैं खरीद लूं, ठीक है, phytoconstituent, this is one of the major thing because isolation and simple extraction both have a very different perspective, to be very honest. Okay, I said we'll just look about the biological applications. Okay, biological targets. This is most important because modulating a target is pretty much important. That whether the extracts, whether you require a multiple, I can say, synergistic effect you are getting or not, or from a single phytoconstituent, that is also important. So these are the key decision making areas which are quite impressive and which we need to go ahead as to get a better response and a better project to be made. Okay, now I'm giving you a good example from my own experience. Okay, this one of the thing that we have published in the year 2017 using only undergraduate students. Okay, only undergraduate students have worked. We managed to publish in impact factor 1.2, and you will be amazed to see that it has the article has got 46 citations also. So you know that thorn, okay, kanta, nobody have worked on them, okay, because they consider as a dead component. We as the first person, we have worked on the how a thorn it is, a kanta hota kaisa hai, ठीक है, how it is to be I can say is to be done. Okay, how the work is to be done, how to establish a thorn. We have done the transverse section of it, we did the powder microscopy of it, and we have reported, okay, along with some biological activities. So okay, just excuse me for a minute, just excuse me for a minute. Sorry, excuse me. So here you can find that there's a powder microscopy, as there will have been a transverse section of the bombyx thorn. So basically, what come to our mind was that a xerophytic modification. Okay, xerophytic modification means that the leaves have been transformed into spines, or I can say thorns. That means this is one of the way of adaptation just to prevent the water loss in desert area. But the plant was having big thorns and big leaves. Okay, so this was something peculiar that I found. So that is the only reason that I went for that, whether we can go for a trans that can we study about the more and more about the morphology, about the anatomical features, as well as the pharmacological activity. So this was one of the work that have been conducted using by employing, not by using, but employing these all undergraduate students of the B Farm final year. And you can see that what is the result of it. Now it is being indexed in the NAPLET Herbal Database of Taiwan. Okay, just to know that there is a pharmacopoeia. In pharmacopoeia, you have uh, a monograph which will tell you that which plant is having, or which I can say phytoconstituent is having, or which um, I can say that which drug is having, that their specific IR, TLCs, and everything. All monographs are available. Just like for this particular plant, whatever we have reported is considered as a monograph. So a small undergraduate work, which you might not feel that working on a kata, what will be the outcome. So you can see that the outcome is best. Okay, a small undergraduate work is now a monograph in a foreign country, and and that is being accessible to each and everyone. You can go and you can access. So this is what the power of science, this is the power of a new idea. So the major thing is you need to have a good idea, and you can perform within 4 to 5 months. So this is what I can convey to all undergraduate students, BCom students, and the master students, that yeah, you also can go for similar kind of studies, and you can do much better. So this one of the example of the Murana Konji. So here we used one of the phytoconstituents. This is your curry patta, nothing else. Okay, this is your curry patta. You know that there are a lot of activities already there. So there are a lot of phytoconstituents already reported. This is the most abundant phytoconstituent that is already available. So we thought for that, can we go for a drug design or discovery approach, that we can change the course of the study. Okay, we can modify the phytoconstituent in a much better way. We can design it in a much better way, so that more responses, or I can say targeted responses, can be achieved. Okay, so you can see that this modification chemically have been done after, this is the strategy number one I'm telling you. This is nothing but a replacement of the hydrogen, okay, with, I can say, acetyl chloride based reaction, and I can say the removal of the chlorine. Okay, so HCl will be removed, liberating. There will be, after reacting with the acyl chlorides, there will be liberation of the HCl, followed by the formation of the product, as well as the ship-based utilization. Now you can see in the left, I am telling you that in the B Farm third semester, there is a chemical reaction already there. Okay, so you can already you can read from the benzene light. So this reaction is the same reaction that we have conducted for this. So students, every reaction and idea is given in your course itself. You need to just be attentive that every reaction that you practice during the BPharm course, these all are new kind of reaction, and you can only need to change the substrate. Okay, just make the starting material, you can change because majority of the reactions that you have conducted, you are already into the practice. You already know that yeah, I have done this, I have the confidence, I can go to lab, I can conduct the experiment. Okay, just replacing the starting material, you can go with a new substrate. So this is what we did, and we got an enhanced antioxidant activity. So this is a very good approach that we reported in 2016 pointed impact in the IGPR, that is the APTI publication. That this is the strategy number two. That I can say that this was the conversion of the Murane into Chalcone hybrids. You in the B from third semester also, there is a there's a Claisen-Schmidt reaction. This reaction is for the benzylidene acetophenone synthesis. This is nothing but this is that benzylidene acetophenone scaffold. Now we have what we have done, that whenever there is a presence of a carbonyl, okay, okay, what this is, CHO, okay, CHO group is there, there's carbonyl function, aldehyde is there, and whenever we are having acetophenone and benzaldehyde, okay, these are the two substrates that are used for the synthesis of the chalcone, or we can say that benzylidene acetophenone scaffold. So here we need, what we have done is we have simply change the starting material, that is the Murianin. Okay, and we have utilized the same component every time. Okay, we haven't used any other, I can say, many complicated components. We have simply followed that reaction blindly, and we got a new product. So what this is what the majority of the things are given in the PCA syllabus. Okay, if you want to go for the studies, try to go to your lab, try to attend your practicals every day. Okay, don't skip practicals. Okay, not for your attendance but for your own understanding and learning. So this is what I want to convey, that you can see that the pharmacy concept syllabus, everything is there. So this is the big inspiration for the formation of these molecules and conducting the undergraduate research. Okay, now I'm talking about research collaboration. So you need to identify your interest, what I told you in that, in L'Oreal example, that if you're working with cosmetics, make sure you apply for L'Oreal. If you're working for any other area, pharmacology, make sure that you are working with the IUPACR funded fellowships. So each and every body have their own interest. So develop your core skills, find a mentor who will align, collaborate with medical college, engineering college. I say research without boundaries. This is what we require, collaborative partners. Okay, so collaborate with science, collaborate with computers, collaborate with AI, collaborate with engineers. Okay, for the product, because nowadays, 3D printing to uh, your biomedical research, these are the key emerging area for the translational research and developing smart devices. So therefore you must collaborate. Okay, by ideation, execution, by authorship and writing. You need to have to think, you need to execute, you need to have authorships, you need to involve everyone, you need to write the best draft. It's just like a story. You just give a story, and publications will come to your doorstep. Now, is undergraduate and postgraduate startup possible? Yes, these are possible. These all are pharmacists. Coca-Cola and Pepsi have been developed by pharmacists. Majority of you don't know. So pharmacist is not restricted to drug. He's not restricted to molecule or this nutrient, this. He can do anything. I'm talking about Hubert Humphrey. He was the vice president of United States. Humphrey is a big brand. Humphrey doesn't deal with I can say, any drugs or something. It's all about your FMCGs. You can see the Hires made beer. Okay, I know that it's talking about beer, but it's quite different. So this gives me. Yeah, sure. So, so there are possibilities of having a lot of products which are non-pharmaceutical. This is number one, and there are that your ideas can be come products. Yeah, I hope I'm audible now. And now you can see from Daniel Smith to you can say the Paul Bidoff. So you can see Diode to Strovel. They have contributed. They have been the pharmacist, and they have contributed in the development of societies to medical aids to preservation bottles to the scales. Okay, so it's not like that. The pharmacy person should only be involved into this product development and all. It could be into any creative part that have been going to serve the mankind, and that is the only reason that yes, we can do as a pharmacist. We must have that I can say confidence that yeah, we can work, we can do something new, and we can develop something for the mankind, for the society also. Not in the way of that we are going for a drug, but for any product that can serve them. Now, it's the one of the question, because since you know that in the NAC, in the I can say criteria 9, specifically in the criteria 9, and at the last you can see there is a startup. Okay, as per the new NAC, you can see that what is the possibility of having the startups here. So here we can see that a majority of things about the Nutra, about your I can say online pharmacies that already been existing, that you have already or have witnessed, and you are already utilizing them in your real life. So you can talk about veterinary products, kits, I can say packaging solutions to your consulting, your I can say consultancies, to I can say OTC products, scheduled tea products, that is your Ayurvedic products are also there. Okay, health blogs nowadays, that now we have a now concept of teas. So in teas you can everywhere, earlier there were only two type of teas, that the general as well as the green teas. Now you have a lot of different kind of teas from many extracts. So there are opportunities. So there are also opportunities for the cosmetics. There are opportunities for I can say the distribution network, the creative writing, content writing, everywhere. So I can what I can say is there are majority agencies which are aiding the startup. Okay, nowadays. So you know that SISFS, that is the Startup India Seed Fund Scheme. Okay, they can give you up to 20 lakhs or for the prototyping, as well as 50 lakhs for the I can say the scaling. So you need to have the criteria to be to have your eligibility. Now I've given you the website also. Okay, so you can simply, you need to take a screenshot and you need to simply go to this website and go for your equity free grant. So as you know about in you know about the equity, you have heard it many time in the Shark Tank, that what is the equity, and this person all those sharks, they want that this, I will give you this much amount for this much equity. Okay, so there are opportunities, what I can say, these opportunities are not age limited. Okay, because you all are 18 plus. So any 18 plus creators who have been involved in this any prototyping, any type of scaling, any type of incubation, any type of innovation idea, tech, anywhere. So MSME, I can say biotechnology ignition grants, I can say digital India grants, I can say Nidhi Prayas. Everybody is providing you with variety of grant opportunities, starting from as low as 5 lakhs and scaling as high as a crore. So this is what I can say. This is the best opportunity to have your companies being registered with MSME. You can have your innovative proposals. You can work under a mentor. So the mentor student can build a team, go for the seed grants. Even the universities nowadays are providing seed grants up to 2 lakh rupees every year. So early stage ideas as well as the early career. Okay, this is what I can say, the tech based, or I can say the product based or a service based. Because see, to be very honest, why we people are very unique, okay, in the pharmacy, because we can provide both things. We can provide both product as well as the services. Okay, just like you know, a factory produces a product, a bank gives you a service. Okay, so here we are providing both of them. So for both of them we require a best thing, that is the grants. for our own startup from different agencies. So you can see the Raftar. Okay, Raftar is for the agri-based startup. Now, just as I told that different agency have their own different interest. Okay, if your interest is lying, just you are aligning with them and your things are very complementary with that, then make sure that you will apply to those agencies. Just like you have this Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana also, that is a collateral free loans for the small startups and for small businesses, for everything. Okay, this is the best way you can go for the initial scaling up. Okay, and you know that Startup India scheme is also there, up to 1 crore for specifically for the women, for the SC/ST candidates, that they, if the entrepreneurs from these categories, they can definitely do. And you know that there are multiple grants from industry academy collaboration. Okay, so this is also there. Samrit scheme is also for the early career, and there are, if you have the registered MSMEs, they will also go with the design clear schemes for the MSME. You can have your design patents granted. That's up to 15 lakhs per project. So what I just want to tell you is you have a lot of opportunity. You have a sea of opportunity. What I started was, I started from fellowship. If when you're getting a fellowship, you can do a research. Whenever for doing a research, you need to have a collaboration. And whenever with the collaboration you get a good result, you can translate the product with your sorry, we can translate those lab thing into a real life customized product. Okay, with the help of so many government organizations and MSME funded schemes. So I will be telling more about my own startup, that is the Sukta's Organic License Private Limited. So this is what we started in November 2022. Now I'm serving as a director. With we have our mission and vision as we want that everything to be produced in a very more natural way. So because you know that majority of the products are not natural. Okay, they are only the API is natural, as well as your excipients become non-natural, or I can say they are semi-synthetic or completely synthetic. So we are into a mission that we ensure that we will be eco-friendly. Okay, we will have sustainability goals, that is the SDGs 17, 1 to 17. We will be going to serve in the throughout the time. We'll build a good business. We'll have a vision to make that everything to be very pure and natural. We'll do the things very ethically. So we till date we have solved one problem that is existing in this I can say gymming world. Okay, specifically those who need specifically for the proteins. Okay, we have made a product known as hemp seed and hemp heart, where we developed this product with the intention to be the very good alternative for the whey proteins. Because in whey protein, it is always been suggested that you need to drink lot of water. Why? The reason is it directly affects your kidneys, and you know the kidneys and heart, they are the brothers and sisters. So majority of the time, you can see that many of the gymmers, or I can say the people who are into active gymming, they experiencing death or cardiac arrest or a lot of other things. And this is the only reason, because the kidneys have been getting affected. So for the best, we have provided a best alternative solution for the hemp seed and the hemp heart, which will provide you more branched chain amino acid, more amino acid content, more protein content. As you can see that as compared to hemp, as compared to protein powder, as compared to a chicken, as compared to egg, it is offering more branch chain amino acid that is being required for the muscle buildup. And that is why a startup is, we have started with the initiative that yeah, we will solve some problem. We will definitely address a major issue in the society. So these products are already available in Maharashtra and Gujarat. These are the two states which we call the performer states. So we are currently not very profitable, but yeah, in the next 3 years we will be highly profitable. So this is basically a cannabis based product. Okay, where we have removed the tetrahydrocannabinoid and made this product very fit, so that there should not be any negative effect. As we know that the hemp contains lot of amino acids, lot of things, and that is the only reason that this product have been introduced in the market, and now it is one of the most successful products from our company. So how could you people also achieve this type of things? Okay, so we need to identify the follow we need to follow the concept of p. This concept of p is, we need to identify best partner, we need to ensure that there's a proper planning, there is a quality procurement, you need to have a differentiator, that is a positioning, when for which segment you are targeting, where you are positioning these things, whether you're positioning for the women, whether you're positioning for the men, for children, in the malls, where you want local stores. So there are a lot of things of positioning. So whatever the best practices you can do, best promotions, I can say strong public relations, community philanthropy is very important. You can know that Amul, there's a Amul girl is there who talk about each and every community-based problems. So this community philanthropy is one of the most important part. Okay, so this has to be catered. So we to have a seamless production just to make there will be no shortage. Then you need to prioritize the performance. Then you used to know about the performance metrics. Then you have to ensure that you have a very good packaging, spill proof packaging, just like we have in Amul, that is 6-layer packaging for the milk. Now you have to have a strategic pricing also, because that is pretty much important. You need to cater which segment you want to cater, everyone, or you want to go for a premium. Okay, this is the, so always that. And the last two things are very pretty much important. You need to conserve your intellectual property through patents, because patent is very important. Okay, and at last, your punctuality must be there, that you should be punctually, you should be, if anybody needs a product, you need to deliver in the, I can say, within seconds. Just we call chutki mein available karana. So that chutki is very important, that in chutkiyon mein wo product aapke paas available ho jaye. So that's what we call the punctuality. That's the success for successful, I can say, startup. So now that's the conclusion. But I can say that India is basically heading towards an economical avenue with sustainability and success. Okay, but there are huge challenges are also there. Government is quite, I can say, serious about the NEP and the accreditation policies. So you need to comply with that. No government job is being guaranteed to any individual. So startup and this innovation will be your intellectual properties will be your success. Okay, to make your things very successful, you want to have that empire to be built. Okay, this is what I can suggest you, because government jobs and these things are pretty much uh, restricted and limited. I need to think for all. I need not to think for one or two individual who can just qualify government pharmacist exam and like that. So I can say that, yeah, small researches are also feasible. Yeah, it is possible. We need to rethink, we need to plan. The majority thing is we need to sit together, we need to plan, we need to execute, we need to do everything. Okay, this is what. And I can say that collaboration is a very magic wand. Okay, just like that jadoo ki chhadi is there, this is for the collaboration. You must collaborate with people. If you have any shortage of resources, try to get from other sources. Okay, and there are ways to have a successful research as well as successful startups also. So students, let's begin your own research and startups very soon. And I would love to acknowledge the institute first of all for inviting me and providing me this platform, and they have organized such a beautiful event. What I can say, this is such a beautiful event, and where they have invited good speakers, and this is a good initiative, I can say. I will congratulate the management, I will congratulate the principal, vice principal, and the coordinator for this great idea. And I will love to acknowledge the principal of this institute, Dr. Sunil Amrutkar sir, and I'll also to acknowledge the vice principal and IQC coordinator, Dr. Prashant Pingle sir, for inviting me, and Rima Powerman. Thank you for the great coordination. There have been a lot of hurdles, there are a lot of challenges, just like I have already presented. So there have been a lot of challenges during this presentation also. So you did a lot well. All teaching staffs, all non-teaching staffs, all volunteers, dignitaries, and everyone, all young minds, your UG and PG students, those who are the future. So I would love to say that I really had a positive vibes and I really enjoy the moments. And I hope that you have also learned something, some key things that I have sensitized you regarding your future fellowships, research, and collaborations, as well as your startups and some of the policies that you need to comply, okay, in the academic setups, and the role of the mentors, okay, that is pretty much important. So follow the mentors. This is what I can convey to all students. So before having a bye, and I could love to say that if you wish to collaborate, if you wish to collaborate in the academic research as well as the industrial research as well as product development or anything, you are most welcome. You are always most welcome to drop your ideas, or if you'd love to communicate with me, if to have a conversation in telephonic, you are most welcome, and you can find me on any social medias and in all the research platforms. So if you have any query, if you have any doubt, you can drop it. And I can rather say that yes, the collaboration is one of the most important part, that I and you together can build up something new. So thank you for this great moment, and I hope you have enjoyed a lot, and thank you for patient listening.
Okay, thank you, sir. So, thank you for sharing your valuable insights and expertise on topic grabbing fellowship, conducting academic research, and startups. So now I request Dr. Debarshi Kar Mahapatra sir to accept this virtual certificate as a token of appreciation. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Okay. Thank you once again, sir.
Thank you.
Now I declare the session one is over and the second session will start immediately.